Welcome to the class. Today we're going to talk about writing essays, and I'm going to be connected. I think some of the students will be connected in a couple of minutes. Um, so, just wait for a while, and of course, we will start with the meeting. Hello, good evening. How are you, Rodrigo? Welcome to the class. Can you listen to me?
Yes, teacher, I can.
Okay, Rodrigo. I'm substituting to the other teacher for today, and well, I don't know how many students are in class, by the way. How many classmates do you have, by the way?
Mm, We are six or seven.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. Okay, hello, there are, I don't know, just one, okay. Probably they will get connected as soon as possible. I hope so. But anyway, we're gonna start with the topic. By the way, as I think, first of all, let me introduce myself, please. First of all, I'm teacher Juan, and I have been working for a couple of, well, almost 1 year with this institution. Um, well, I've also worked with this topic, usually with, with this level 13, about writing essays. So basically, it's an advanced level, right? So, well, in my case, today we're going to work with some writing, especially to talk about different kind of essays, but we will remember maybe a bit, and I'm also share you a material or just in a couple of seconds. It was a kind of surprise to me also because, but anyway, the important thing is that we are over here, and well, I hope your classmates will get connected. So, by the way, we're gonna start in a couple of minutes, and well, can you introduce meanwhile, please, a bit? Can you introduce yourself? Is it possible?
Um, I am Rodrigo. I am 20. 4 years old. I am student at University. I am studying in petroleum engineering. I live in Cochabamba, Bolivia.
Ah, nice, nice. You're studying what field did you say? What engineering?
Petroleum engineering.
Ah, okay. That's interesting. Wow. Which semester are you going to?
I finished the subjects. I am doing my thesis.
Oh, great. That's good. You wow, it's the last effort maybe in your career. That's interesting. So it must be also too demanding because you know it's not easy, right? It must be a bit difficult. Okay. Well, I don't know if your classmates will get connected, but let's get started anyway. So I'm gonna share a material. I think you were working with some writing essays, right? How to write an essay, but there was something that you were about to work. Let me check out, please, for a moment. It was about um, this one. Introduction step by step. This is going to be related to argumentative essays, but let's check it out, what we have now. Let me share, please. And is it okay? The audio is okay, right? I hope so. Rodrigo, can you listen to me clearly?
Yes, it's good.
Great. Okay, I didn't mention I live in La Paz, and right now it's a bit cold. And well, so anyway, but because it's we are going to winter, right? Well, now we're gonna start with a, not a presentation, basically with a book which is about, in this case, essays, right? Because that's what we need to do, by the way. And something, some important aspects that I wanted to explain, I like you to just, I like to explain, will be related to just a topic, but there we were gonna check out some essays as well. Okay. Yeah, narrative say. Just please, my computer is a bit slow, but let's argumentative. Let me write. Look for that. Oh, my computer is really slow. But okay. Anyway, I will share my screen right now, and I hope everything's gonna work properly. And let's get started. So, well, it it is closed. Yeah, okay, once again, I think now it will work better. Yeah. Okay, can you see, Rodrigo, my book, by the way?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, okay, Rodrigo, let's get started. I'm sorry, well, we're gonna work with this. Just a moment, please. I think I'm ready now. Well, have you heard about the hook? Usually in the essays, it's very interesting also, but the essays must be interesting, right? When we talk about essays, you know, there is Sometimes we call in English the attention grabber. It must be something interesting, okay? But please, can you read this? Is it possible for you to see? If you cannot see, you can make it zoom about this. Please read this short article, please, Rodrigo. Just this short paragraph, by the way.
Okay. The opening sentence of any essay is called the hook. A hook in writing is used to engage the readers in in the subject and keep their attention throughout the essay. Think about the hook while you read the next essay. You will learn more about the hook later in this unit.
Mhm. Yes, the hook. The hook is, it's really interesting because, you know, it's like the attention grabber. Sometimes in English we say that you have to start with something interesting. Believe it or not, there are some essays in English, some books, by the way, that are called like Cinderella. It's very famous, right? Very common to talk about that. Cinderella. There are some others too. And okay, and usually that starts in a very interesting way. That says, for example, once upon a day, there was a castle, the kingdom, the king and the queen. I don't know, something like that. That starts with something interesting, right? But let's look at this. You know, I think you have been working with something, right? Let's look at this. This is a kind of another style. I don't know if you've seen a narrative essay, Rodrigo. Have you been working with it with something similar?
I think no. Yeah.
Okay, let's check it out. Um, well, usually when we talk about a narrative essays, because there are different kind of essays, like most of them will be related to academic essays. In general, we say the essay must contain approximately 250 to 300 words, usually from 4 to 5 sentences. It's okay, technically talking. So, of course, it will contain, the introductory paragraph, then the body one, body two, body three can be until, the concluding paragraph, the conclusion. And that's too common, very common, by the way, in English. And but let's check it out. This one. This is a descriptive narrative essay about getting results from a university entrance exam. Discuss the preview question with a club. Okay, let's let's talk about this first of all. Let's look at the preview questions before we get started with that. By the way, um, the question is this: have you ever taken a high stakes exam such as TOEFL? The TOEFL. How do you feel while you waited for the results? Not only TOEFL, maybe that's the next thing you're gonna do, right? I don't know if you took TOEFL test. What do you say, Rodrigo?
No, teacher.
Yeah, but probably you're gonna take that kind of, I think that kind of test, right, in the future. But how do you feel while you waited for the result? Let me tell. Okay, maybe when you took a test for the university, or I don't know, for an important test. I mean, maybe I don't, in the at universities there are some tests, right? Sometimes are very challenging, and I don't know. Okay, how did you feel while you waited for the result?
with anxiety.
Yeah, it can be with, okay, anxiety. What else? Maybe expecting something, right? I hope
Yeah.
this is going to be the best. I hope I succeeded the test or something, I think. Okay. Yeah, of course. Many people feel, as you said, anxious about the result. They feel that I really hope I got a good score. I succeed, right? I think it's a good, nice word to mention that. Um, Anxiety, right? I'm sorry, I'm gonna write with a lowercase. Oops, I'm still with that. Okay. Anx with anxiety, you expect something, right? Usually a good result. Okay, let's just it's enough. What effect can an excellent exam result have on a young person? What kind of effect do you think?
Mm, yeah. Mm, I don't know, happiness. Mm, mm,
Hmm? It can even help to his or her, you know, um, attitude, we can say, or his not personality. I don't think that's the right word. Maybe we can talk about something similar, like his or her state, right? Yeah, that depends. It depends. Sometimes it can, for a young person, or just happiness, of course, an excellent result, excellent exam result, right? Happiness, they will feel maybe proud of themselves, right? Themselves, they can feel happy, basically. Okay, and well, let's get started. This is an example of a narrative essay. Okay, so what about a narrative essay? First of all, when we want to understand a text, you know, it's important to check it out some of the words. We can, that's called scanning. We can scan, start with the meanings of important words. In this case, we have steamy, all right, we have struggling. Of course, there are some explanations over here in this case, but usually we're gonna look for some words, and we're gonna check it out. How is this to say? We're gonna analyze squinted, confined, polluted, okay, dizzy, and I think that's it. But first of all, let's check out to this essay. This is a narrative essay. Okay, when there's a narrative essay, we have interesting things. Basically, like this. For example, this is what is the first paragraph? Do you remember? We can call it. I'm gonna write here.
yeah.
A introduction, right? The introduction. And what is the second one? What do you think? What name can we put to the second one?
Body.
Yes, right? The body. Body. Body one, maybe. And the third one, the same, right? We're gonna say body two. The fourth one will be body. I'm sorry. Yeah, in this case, it's body three. Body three, I think. Or maybe it's the concluding part. Not really. It continues. It keeps going. I'm sorry, over there, right? even it has 6 paragraphs. Okay, this is body 4, right? Body 4. And finally, we have the conclusion, the concluding paragraph. But technically speaking, talking about this kind of essays, usually when you write an essay, you have to write a couple of words, not a couple of words, of course, but usually is recommendable. I usually recommend this. Let me write just over here something that is important when we write essays. And usually for an academic essay, or they say that you're going to write by the end of this level, I think it is recommendable for you to write at least more than 250. Okay, I'm going to write that over here. More than 250 words. Okay, I'm sorry, but my camera is a bit crazy. In this case, 252, 300 is enough. Okay, 300 words. That's just a recommendation. Okay, a suggestion, I can say. And how about this kind of, because if we look at this one, this is a bit, the amount of words are not that amount, right? We can say like one, two. How do we count those words? Usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, probably this is 1, 2, 3 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say each line contains 10, 10, 20, okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, like 60 to 70 words is okay. But in your case, just try to write only 50 to 60 words. Okay, 50 to 60 words in the introduction. Okay, in the introductory paragraph. That's very important also. Okay, that's the introduction. And how about the next one? The next one, the body, right? Maybe the body can be body one, can be like more than 60 words. That's also good. Okay, take note about that, please. Approximately 60 words is enough. 60 words when you write that. 60 words or to 70 can be, right? 60 to 70, but more than 60 words is enough for a paragraph. And body one, right? Okay, I'm gonna write here bodies. Bodies. So 60 to 70, let's say. You know, bodies can be like 1, 2, 3. Okay, it can be the introduction, body. I usually used to recommend to write 1, 2, 3 is enough. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, because not it's needed to write too many paragraphs. Or, in this case, it depends. Even it can be just two paragraphs, right? Body one, body two, and finally, of course, there's gonna be similar, the same size, even less. We can say approximately around 50 words, the conclusion, okay? It's enough, it's okay. 50 words is recommendable for you to write. That's the technical aspects, okay? Let's say if we have 50 words in the introductory paragraph, 50. Body one, another 50, or maybe 60. Body two, another 60. With that, you have 150 words. And finally, we have, yeah, body one, two, three is okay. Let's say 50, 50, 50, 150 with this 200. And the conclusion, right? The conclusion, it must be 50 words approximately, or 50 to 60 words. But let's say more than the same, something similar, more than 50, oh, come on, not less, more than 50, come on, more than 50 words. That's the conclusion, okay? Conclusion. And uh, that's pretty important for you to take into account this recommendation. But what things usually teachers will check out when you write paragraphs? These are some of the recommendations. But I usually, personally, in my case, when I check essays, I used to check out the connectors. Okay, I used to say, let's at least use more than 15 connectors. Maybe the other teachers will say, no, come on, you don't have to be like that, but connectors are important. Connectors, 15 connectors. You know what are connectors? Right? First, firstly, secondly, after, otherwise, however, those are connectors, right? 15 connectors. And also, I used to recommend, depending, but the usage of phrasal verbs. That's very important. Phrasal verbs, because if you don't do it, so that makes us an essay better structured. That means that your English is not basic, is a bit advanced, and that's important in English. Okay, so that's why we have to work, we have to do similar things. Okay, at least 15 connectors or more, but when it's needed. And how can we write also an essay? Usually you can brainstorm. Brainstorming is really interesting also. When you want to talk about, let's say, stray dogs in Cochabamba, you can say. And you can talk about dogs, right? What words are related to dogs? Let's say street, some words related to dogs will be animal, male, female, right? The owner, house, I don't know. Those words will be related to dog, right? Some things like aggressiveness, pet, okay, those kind of words. But usually we can create a bunch of words in order to write a sentence. And of course, then we're going to start with our own redaction, with our own writing. Um, but anyway, we're gonna check out this. I think this essay is not this size, right? It's big. Usually, even for TOEFL tests, they will tell you, um, if they ask you to write an essay, they will say, okay, let's write more than 300 words. So not less than 300. Okay, I have to check it out. In this case, can be easy for me. I can say, okay, then I'm gonna add body four, and that's it. So with that, I have maybe almost 400 words. And this is, I think it works. It works, this one. I don't know if you have any questions, Rodrigo, so far. Do you have any questions about these recommendations? I don't know, talking about essays. Please don't sleep.
Your recommendation is for all essays or maybe just for? narrative essays?
Usually, for I can say for academic essays, of course, an essay can be very big depending on what you're talking about. Let's say some books are 500 with how, let's say Quixote de la Mancha. I don't know if you, I have the original one, not the original one, but the complete one, the full version. It contains more than 400 pages and it's an essay, right? An essay can be, but usually essays for the tests, like such as TOEFL, English tests, this is, I can say is is enough, is enough to write this amount of, because you also don't have much time. You have a limited time to do that, such as maybe 1 hour or less than that, 45 minutes to write it. So of course, in that case, you won't have enough time to write more. That's why it's important at least to try to complete, to do more than 200 words in that essay. Okay. Yeah, that's recommended. Usually in English institutions, if you want to study or apply for a scholarship, they're gonna ask you, please write your cover letter and an essay. Okay, everywhere. I think in the U.S. very common. It's very common to write essays. They will ask people to write an essay, and that's why over here I don't think it's common, right? Because they evaluate, they check out, they score. How is the student doing, right? In that case, so yeah, I think I hope I answered your question about essays. I'm not sure, but I really hope I answered. But let's check it out right now. Uh, oh no, somebody's writing. We are already in class. Let me write please to the group. Okay, let's check it out now. This is introduction, right? And do you know what is the name of this place? We have an empty space over here, right? In this essay, just here. In English, we call this place, I'm sorry, the indentation space. We call it, I'm gonna write here. Indentation is the name of this, okay? And usually there, I don't know if you have seen in some of the essays, one big, let's say this letter T can be big, right? And also we say the indentation. Usually it used to be set like half, half of inch, media pulgada in Spanish, sorry. So to mention in Spanish. But, and there used to be like that size. And well, let's look at this. What do we have here? Now, maybe we can identify, we can check it out. The, okay. First of all, you don't have to be focused on the title, on the name of the essay. The important thing is um, that we can write something over here. For example, we can start, we have to identify the main idea of the sentence, or the main idea of the paragraph, let's say. And let's check it out. The house was quiet. Of course, it was for of course, it was. For everyone was napping on that steamy summer day. Steamy is like hot, right? Like, that comes from steam, but very hot and humid. Normally, I would hear my little brothers screaming and playing, and my older sisters chatting on their cell phones. But on that day, everything was still. I recall that the temperature that day was 52 degrees Celsius outside. But reading this one, which was hard even for us who live in the desert, the only sound I heard was the air conditioning struggling, right? To have some problems, right? Struggle to try to do something difficult and to keep the rooms cool. I was bored and tried to think of something to do. And the doorbell rang and my life changed forever. Which one do you think is the main idea of this? Can you check out that, please? Any ideas about that?
Maybe the last sentence.
Yeah, looks like, right? Then the doorbell rang. Hello, hello, good evening, Joanna. How are you? Welcome to the class. I'm teacher Juan, and now we're
Hello, good
talking.
evening.
Hi, hello. We're talking about essays. I already sent the link at 8, I think. I hope, I don't know if the other students will join us, but thanks to be in class. We were talking about the some advices to write an essay in case of if you have a test. Um, and okay, also we were checking out this. Let's check out this sentence, please. And maybe you can find out where is the main idea of this sentence. Your classmate said that probably the main idea of this essay is over there. I'm sorry, I wanted to change this. Anyway, so over here. Then the doorbell rang and my life changed forever. What do you say? Sorry, what's your Joanna? Joanna. By the way, Joanna, where are you from? Which city in Bolivia?
I'm from Bolivia, the Cochabamba city.
Ah, from Cochabamba. That's nice. Wow, you're from Cochabamba. I'm from La Paz, by the way. I'm in La Paz right now.
Yeah, I'm born in La Paz.
Ah, you were born in La Paz. That's interesting. Wow, you are also a paseñita.
Yes.
Good. That's good. Okay. Okay, Joanna. So we were checking out, we're looking for words. Um, okay, then the doorbell rang, right? That's just, yeah, probably that's the main idea. But normally I would hear my little brother screaming, yeah, the only sound. Yes, usually also in this kind of essays, the most important sentence, right, that summarizes all the idea used to be the main over there. It used to be the main idea or the main sentence, right? We say sometimes we call it the thesis statement, right? So we say the main idea or the thesis statement. Okay, thesis statement. Yeah. definitely that's the thesis statement. And well, let's continue. Now, please, you're gonna read. But first of all, I said that we have to scan for some words. Over here we have steamy, right? Very hot and humid. Struggling. Struggling is to do something difficult. And in the body one, we have squinted, for example. Right? When you squint, it's like close your eyes a bit, right? You squint. And the other one is confines. Okay, what about confines? Limits of a place, right? Like confinado is in Spanish. Plopped down, to plop down, drop down, to fell down. So let's check it out. Some more. Dizzy, dizzy is mareado, right? Wobbly, lightened, right? Usually, not the drunk people. Drunk people are called drunk, right? But not dizzy can be when you have a headache or something like that. So let's check it out. For example, nod, to nod, to move face up and down to indicate agreement, right? Nod, this is nod. And delight, you can say is an adjective, like he felt delighted or I felt delighted, me sentí muy feliz. So something like that. But there is the conclusion. But please, today maybe the class is gonna be a bit different, but don't forget to take these recommendations. It's very important, especially for English tests when they ask you to write sentence, or sorry, an essay. Uh, at least try to write more than 250 to 300 words. That's pretty recommendable. But let's continue, please. Can you read number 2, please? The second paragraph. Um, Miss Joanna, please go ahead. Joanna, can you read the number 2, please?
Okay. Because I was the only one awake, I went to the door and answered the word. And there he was, a delivery man holding out an envelope sealed in plastic, zinc place, and the required. The afternoon sun hurt my eyes. In I squat to find the X that required my signature. I thanked the man and stepped back into the cold confines of my living room. Slowly, I walked to the sofa and plopped down. The letter was addressed to me. I was a fresh high school graduate, and this was the first time that the official letter had my name on, on it and not my father's.
Okay. And let's continue with the next one. Please, can you read, Rodrigo, the number 3?
I turned the packet over in my hands a few times, then gently began opening it, careful not to tear anything that might be important. Inside was a letter containing my future. The university entrance exam results had arrived. As soon as I saw who the letter was from, I started sweating. I got a bit dizzy, and my eyes could not focus. Thank goodness that I was sitting down. Then the doubts start. Did I do I well on the exam as I thought I had? What if my scores were too low to enter the university? Will I need to completely change my career plans?
Mhm. Okay, I'm gonna read four. So many questions were racing around in my head that I didn't hear my mother come down the stairs. What's that? She asked. I turned and saw her lovely smile. She had always supported me oh, come on, please. In my dreams, especially my dream to studying engineering and becoming one of the few female engineers in my small community. My mouth was so dry that I could barely answer her. I explained about the exam results and how I was afraid to open the letter. She looked at me with that special mother look and gave me a small nod, basically telling me that everything was going to be all right. With her push, I opened the letter and explored the contents. Continue, please, Joanna. Number five.
Mm. I read the first line over and over again. We invite to we invite you to join our university's engineering program with a full is, scholarship. I had done it. Not only was I accepted to the university, but my exam score were a high that I was going to receive a full scholarship. With the letter still in my hand, I jumped off the sofa and ran to um, show my mother. She scored with daylight and hugged my tinkly.
Yes. And hugged me tightly, right? She, of course, is her mother. Okay, please, the last one, Mr. Rodrigo.
The noise we made was enough to wake up everyone in the house. Within minutes, my father, brothers, and sisters surrounded me in the living room and congratulated me on my accomplishment. That day, July 13, 2013, was the day that changed my life. It was the day that proved to me that if I work hard enough at something, I will get rewarded.
Yes. Did you understand this essay? It's about the questions at the beginning was how do you feel or how when you wait the result of the test, right? Anxiety, somebody said. Hello, Sergio. Good evening. Okay. And also, what effect can an excellent exam result have on a young person? This story is about a girl, right? She was expecting, she was waiting for the no for the result of the test, right? And but there was an envelope that arrives that wasn't at home, and she was expecting, waiting for the result, and she was with her mom, right? Finally, she got good results. She was really happy, delighted, celebrated. Her mom hugged tightly to her, and everyone wakes up because she got a scholarship and she was in an, I don't know if it was a engineering program. Yes, right. University's engineering program with a full scholarship. But now, what is the hook of the essay? We said this word hook, um, the attention grabber, the word that will attach you to the reading, because it's important when you write something, it must be very interesting for the people, and you say, okay, but what is the hook? Anyone, maybe? This is a narrative, you know, but maybe we can go, usually the hook used to be at the beginning. We said that the hook, for the ones that were not from the beginning, is the attention grabber, something that is really interesting usually for the reader. When you maybe read a question that's very controversial, or a topic that is very interesting, maybe this topic, when we were talking about the test, we had similar experience, of course, and that's why it can be a kind of hook, right? A kind of hook. But what is the hook of this topic? Because we are talking about what is the attention grabber over here? Can you describe maybe? What do you say? What can you say is the hook? Maybe it's possible to find out in the first paragraph, or I don't know. Just a moment, please. Mhm. Oh, this is it. What is the hook of this? Just let me show you, please. I'm sorry. The first paragraph. What's the hook of the paragraph? That was the question, right? What is the attention grabber of this? Please, let's look at this sentence. The question is, what's the hook? You know, hook in Spanish can be like como la trampa, ¿no? Algo interesante, algo que llame la atención. Anyone, please?
Teacher, I'm not sure, but I think it is in last part. I was bored and tried to think of something to do. Then the dorsal ran and my life changed forever, or no?
Yeah, you said that. Okay. The last one, the doorbell rang and my life changed forever. Yeah, but we can look maybe for something different. For example, the house was quiet. Of course, it was for everyone was everyone was napping. Normally, I would hear Yeah, my brother screaming and playing and okay, but it was hot. Yeah, the hook is also the doorbell rang and my life changed forever, right? That's very interesting, of course. And probably that can be the hook, right? That's the hook, of course. The hook and the main idea also. But what about the next question? Let's check it out. The next question says, okay, it must be the, oh, just let me go to this side of the books and to see the hook of this. I'm sorry, I'm a bit slow with this. This is the hook, right? Okay, this must be the hook. It was then the doorbell rang and my life changed forever. Okay, okay. The hook. And now let's continue with the next question. What's the next question about this? How does this hook try to involve the reader? Do you think that this hook is successful? Why or why not? Why do you think? What can you say? Because the story was about a girl um, who was expecting or waiting the results of the exam, right? But what is maybe Rodrigo was also Rodrigo and I think Joanna, right? What is what this because it says the doorbell rang and my life changed forever. How does this hook try to involve the reader? Do you think that this hook is successful? Why or why not?
I think yes, because uh, this hook led us with the curiosity of now knowing what happened after that.
Yeah, yes, that's the I think okay, that lead us to follow the story maybe, right? As you said, to know what happens at the end. Because it's interesting. Then doorbell rang, just ding dong, and my life changed forever. Wow, that's very maybe not shocking, but interesting at the end, right? And for example, this essay tells a story. It is an I'm sorry, it's an organized sequence of events, right? First of all, what happened? Secondly, what is over there? This kind of essay is called a narrative essay, right? Narrative essays is we start with something, then the story continues with the next sequence and the next. So finally we finish with something. Right, but read the list of the main events in the essay below and number the items from 1 to 10 to indicate the order in which events took place. The mother gave the writer courage. You have to, we have to check out in which paragraph is that. And the writer wondered about her exam score. The writer was congratulated by her family. That must be okay. Let's check out. Look for the first one. The mother gave the writer courage, right? And we can say body for, especially my dreams of studying engineering. My mouth was so dry, and okay. She looked at me with that special mother look, right, and gave me a small nod. A nod is like this one, right? Agreement nod. We with the move, telling me that everything was going to be all right. That is in the so paragraph 4, right? Paragraph 4 in this case. Paragraph 4. So specifically over here, when her mother supports him, gives her a support, that's paragraph 4 over here. I'm gonna choose that to paint in different color. She looked at me and gave me a small note, basically telling me that everything was all right, right? This is the mother, when the mother supports her. And how about the next one? Oh, sorry. The writer wondered about her exam score. The writer wondered, where was that? Let's look at the essay properly. Sorry. Because I was, okay, I was quite not really here. I was the only one awake. What do you think is? What is the answer for that? The question is, the 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 person or the writer asked or was waiting for her results. This one, right?
In two paragraph.
In the second paragraph, which one? What expression or what line do you think? Which one can be? In the second paragraph was right because only required my signature, thank the man, and living slowly. I walked to the sofa, plopped down. The letter was addressed to me, a fresh high school graduate, and I was the first. And okay, the first time, yeah, yes, right. It's a monk here. I was because the letter arrived, right? The letter, but I turned the packet over my hands and a few times gently began opening. I think it's the third one. This one, the university entrance exam results arrived, right? This one, paragraph 3. That must be the answer, right? In the body 3. Oh, sorry. In the body 3 is the answer of that. I think paragraph 3. Yep. The paragraph number 3. And how about the next one? The writer was congratulated by her family. The writer was congratulated by her family. Over there is what do you think is that that part? When in which paragraph her family congratulated her? Can you see? Can you find out here? Hello, Sergio, are you there? What do you say? Which one is the when she is congratulated by her family? This one.
Okay.
In which one?
In
In which
five
one?
paragraph, no?
Yes. In which paragraph do you think she's congratulated by her
Mm,
family?
she started with daylight and hug my tickly, tick,
Tightly, right? Tights.
high,
Tight is
highly.
like tightly, right? Super
Oh, okay,
apretado,
tightly.
fuerte. Yes, tight, right? Yes, yes, that's one also, right? Over here, of course, her mother, right?
Okay.
Her mom, but also her family, another part of her family. Where do you think congratulate her? What do you say this about this? Within minutes, my father, brothers, and sisters surrounded me in the living room and congratulated me on my accomplishments, right? This one, I think it's number 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But also, of course, her mom is part of her family, but in general, it was this one, right? Within minutes, my father, brothers, and sisters surrounded me. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay, I'm sorry. There are many questions, but this is paragraph the paragraph 5, right? Okay, let's try to do faster. Paragraph 5. And what about the next question? The next question says, okay, oh no, this was, well, the idea was to explain. The writer read the letter, and we can maybe we have to go back to the essay, right? We can say paragraph 5, line 7. I don't know. The writer sat down on the sofa. So this is just, oh, maybe we should put the numbers. But anyway, it can take, the writer had her mother, the writer was bored, the writer opened the letter, the writer answered the door, because this paragraph was written by the person who's in the story, right? But how many paragraphs are there in the essay? Do you remember, guys?
6 paragraphs.
6 paragraphs, right? In which paragraph does the writer reveal what she wants to study? Maybe we can go back there. The paragraph 1, I don't know. What do you think? In which paragraph do you think she mentions about what she wants to study? Maybe in the first and the second. In which one? For example, it says, I turned the packet over no, in this case, maybe in the first one, because she mentions older sister chatting, little brother, temperature, maybe here, when she mentions about the temperature, especially this one, right? I recall that the temperature that day was 52 degrees Celsius. That give us some idea, right? because usually, to be very specific with, we don't talk in that way, right? 15 grados centígrados or something, or 52 degrees, but it's too hot, right? Imagine 52 Celsius degrees. Wow, it's crazy. It's crazy, but the doorman. I careful not to tear anything that might be important. Inside was a letter containing my future. Okay. It must talk about university, right? What is next course? Well, okay. Yeah, I think in the first paragraph can be, right? In the first paragraph, she, okay, because she talks about the temperature in the first paragraph. Oh, paragraph. And the next one, what is the purpose of paragraph 3? We can go there. What's the purpose of paragraph? What do you think is the purpose, or what is the aim of paragraph 3? What can you say, guys? Anybody? Let's read or try to understand what is the aim, or what is the, yes, what is the aim of paragraph 3? What is the objective? What that paragraph wants to show us?
It's a transition paragraph.
Yes, yes, of course, but of course it will connect with the first and the, oh, sorry, the first and the third, but of course it's a transitional paragraph. But what wants to reveal this paragraph, or what wants to show us?
The importance of the letter.
Yeah, right. The yes, the importance of the leather. Yes, because it's about very important of the leather. So, and okay, there are some. This is another kind of different kind of topic, but this is a comparison essay. The idea was also, to go back a bit, the last paragraph, oh, sorry, the last essay. This one, the previous essay, sorry, was a narrative essay, right? A narrative essay. Because in narrative essay, this is a descriptive narrative essay about getting results from a university entrance exam. Okay, but the narrative essay especially is to explain people step by step, right? What happens first, then what happens second, third, fourth. But let's look at this one. I was writing something here. In an essay, it's recommendable to have this amount of words, but in this essay, probably is more than 500 words, maybe 500 words approximately. But I said that it's important to write connectors, right? If we check, look for that, maybe we can find some of them connectors. Of course, okay, I would. There will be probably some words. The only sound. Okay, let's go and try to think. Okay, because no, not really. Good afternoon. We're talking about also the phrasal verbs drop down, right? Uh, okay. As soon as, for example, is a connector, right? When we say as soon as is a connector. And another one, if we describe something different here, let me change the color of, I don't know, I can't change this. And maybe this is, for example, a connector, right? Is it as soon as, right? But phrasal verb drop down. But I think I'm sure there are many connectors, right? So many questions, no, not really. I turned and saw spotted. Okay, but it must be some connectors there. Okay, usually the teachers will check the connectors to know if we are talking about. Okay, in essays, it's important to mention to use connectors, right? The noise made enough. So, okay, but of course, if we read everything, we can find some connectors. But the important thing is that we have to use phrasal verbs, connectors, and some how can I say, not maybe technical words about the topic, right? Like the light, not, or something like that. That in order to show that your English is not too basic, right? We can use some this kind of vocabularies that are not very common, but in English, if you write some essays, it's important to use some of them. Okay, not very basic vocabulary. Uh, try to use connectors also, and those kind of paragraphs or things. So please, we're gonna be at least in. Just check me out, please. What time is it right now? But we're gonna be working until I think 40. Okay, just 15 more minutes, please. Uh, yeah, 15 more minutes. We're gonna check out before previously. Maybe I'm doing in this way. Okay, we're gonna remember about this part of the essay. You know, in order, I'm sure that you get some things about this, but you know, in an essay usually will be like this. We have the introduction, the body, paragraph one, the body, paragraph two, body, paragraph three, and the conclusion, right? That's the one that we were describing. And I said that in introduction, usually if you write like such as 50 to 60 words is good. In body paragraph, the same can be like 70, 60, 70 or 80 words. The second paragraph, the same, the third paragraph, something similar. And the conclusion, it must be a bit smaller, but it must have connection, right? Every single paragraph must be connected. It must be related to the. We cannot write something very different. But depending what kind of essay is, sometimes can be like different essays, right? But how can we study classifications of essays? For example, this is the one essay, but this is a studying a classification essay. This is a classification. We can do different. We can classify the essay in different. I don't know. For example, mm, this is an essay about household chores or household tasks for Cinderella. She does almost everything right in the story. And okay, let's study this one. This is gonna be the one that we're gonna do faster, by the way, about Cinderella. But the thing is, this is a different kind of essay. The other one was this narrative essay, right? But this is a classification essay. For example, how much time do you spend cleaning your house or apartment each week? Can you answer that question, maybe? Somebody? How much time do you spend cleaning your house or apartment each week? Anyone, please? Maybe Rodrigo, how much time do you spend cleaning your house or apartment each week? What do you say about that?
I don't know, 3 to 5 hours each week.
Okay, interesting. Um, the next question, please. What is your least favorite household chore? Um, please, Joanna. Or yeah, first of all, Joanna, then Sergio. What is your least favorite? The least means that the one that you don't like to do. Your least favorite household chore. When we say household chore is like labores de casa, right? What is your least favorite household chore and why, Joanna? What is your least favorite household chore? Maybe cooking?
Is clean my house? No, I love cooking.
Okay, okay. But your least favorite household chore?
Sure is clean dishes
Okay, wash the
and
dishes.
other things.
Okay. And Sergio, what is your least favorite household chore and why? Ah, no, sorry. I'm sorry I didn't let you answer, Joanna. Why you don't like to wash dishes? Why you don't like to wash dishes? What? Why is your least favorite household chore? Why? Because it's dirty, it's cold. I don't know. Well, let's ask the question something different to Sergio. Sergio, what is your least favorite household chore and why? Please, Sergio, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, teacher. I think my least favorite house chore is doing the garden because I don't have a lot of patience with talking about plants and being in the sun or trying to fix some, I don't know, cutting some plants, trying to make it
Okay, okay.
good
Well,
presentation. I think.
yeah. By the way, Sergio, where are you now? Where do you live? Sorry, if I can know. Where are you
Right,
from?
in Cochabamba, Bolivia.
Ah, good. Cochabamba. There are, Okay, so far three of you, of the students are from Cochabamba. That's interesting. Yeah, in other classes, I used to have some students from Paraguay, from Santa Cruz, from La Paz. I think your classmates are also, or all of you are from Cochabamba. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, let's read about this Cinderella. You know, tedious is something boring, monotonous, right? Tedious, we say, sorry. Like tedious, it depends on the place where we talk. Meticulously is like very carefully, right? To entail, to include, wrinkled, like arrugado, right? Silverware is like utensils like knife, spoon, right? A fork, elbow grease. Elbow grease means that you do a lot of things with your hand, even you get dirty because of that. Dreaded is feared when you are afraid of something. To tackle is to undertake, begin. To disinfect, to purify, eliminate germs, and do, to make it do, manage with what is available. To make do, right? Make do. It's interesting to talk about both of the make verbs in a word, in a phrase. Okay, please, you're gonna read this one. Number one, please, Mr. Sergio, can you read the first paragraph?
Sure, teacher. Almost everyone knows how the story of Cinderella ends, but do people actually think about how she spent her days before she met the prince? Her daily routine was not glamorous. She did everything from sweeping the floors to cooking the meals. If someone had asked Cinderella which chores she did not particularly like, she probably would have answered, "Why none, of course, housework is my duty." In today's increasingly busy society, however, most people admit that they have definite dislike for certain household chores. The top three of these unpopular tasks often include ironing clothes, washing dishes, and cleaning the bathroom.
Okay, let's analyze because the time will be so short. For example, there is also a attention grabber here, I think, like a hook. What's the okay. The top three of the unpopular tasks of often include ironing clothes. This one, right? Ironing clothes, washing dishes, cleaning bathrooms. That's the most that people don't like, right? Anyone, I think, most of the people doesn't like to do those kind of activities. Okay, let's continue, please. Joanna, number two. Read.
One of the most uh, high height church of many peoples is ironic clothes. It is not a task that can be complete quickly or so lazy. Each piece of clothing must be hardened individual. So ironic mhm, a base mm, base of laundry can take out after ironic a piece of clothing meticulously, okay, which entails smoothing of the fabric following the same and getting the crisis just right. It needed to be put on a hanger as soon as possible. If not, this item might become um, urgently and needed to be ironic again. Perhaps the reason that ironic is not a favorite chore is that it requires extreme attention to detail from beginning to end.
Yes. Do you like ironing? You know, to iron is planchar, right? To iron clothes, Joanna, when it's so wrinkled, cuando está muy arrugado. What do you say? Do you like ironing clothes, Joanna?
No, no, teacher.
Yeah. Also, that's true, right? People usually don't like to do that. And number three, please continue reading, Mr. Rodrigo, please.
Another household chore that many people dislike is washing dishes. Of course, some people claim that this chore is no longer a problem because dishwashers are available now. However, no one would argue that dishes, silverware, and especially pots and pans,
Mhm. Continue, please.
washed in a dishwasher come out as clean as they do when washed by hand. For this reason, many people continue to wash their dishes by hand, but they are not necessarily happy doing it. Washing dishes is a dirty job that requires not only elbow grease to scrub out of the dishes, but also patience to rinse and dry them. In addition, unlike ironing clothes, washing dishes is a chore that usually must be done every day. Regardless of how Cinderella felt about this particular chore, it's obvious that most people do not enjoy doing it.
Okay. Yeah, of course, that's another chore, right? Chore that people usually don't like to wash dishes. Although ironing clothes and washing dishes are not the most pleasant household chores, perhaps the most dreaded chore is cleaning the bathroom. This task involves tackling three main areas: the bathtub, the sink, and the toilet. Because the bathroom is full of germs, a quick wiping of the surface is often not enough. As a result, strong bathroom cleansers are necessary to disinfect this room. The task of cleaning the bathroom is so unpleasant that some people wear rubber gloves. They attempt it. The only positive point about cleaning the bathroom is that it does not have to be done on a daily basis, not every day, right? So maintaining a house means doing a wide variety of unpleasant chores. Cinderella knew this, and so does the rest of the world. Many individuals do not have the luxury of hiring an outside person to do the housework, so they must make do with their own sources. Still, taking pride in the result of this hard work helps many people to get through the unpleasantness of the chores. I wanted to explain you something before we go. For example, this is the classification essay. Usually we start at the beginning, we mentioned, right? Three top things, for example, ironing clothes, washing dishes, and cleaning the bathroom. And usually the paragraph is about that, ironing clothes. There is the washing dishes, number three. Number four is, of course, okay, about something, about cleaning washing the, no, sorry, the bathroom, right? clean the bathroom. And finally, we have the same things about the first paragraph. That's classified. First paragraph is about something, the second is about something, the third one is about something else also. Okay, well, at this moment, please, I'd like you not to go away. I don't know if I can do something. I was thinking to send my, so I don't know if it's possible. No, I think no, it's enough for today. I don't know if you have any questions. Um, if you write me hello, I can send you this book. That will be very helpful for you about essays. But just write me hello or something. I will remember today is in class is Joanna and who else? Rodrigo and Sergio, right? Well, it was nice to talk to you. Sorry if I was a bit late, and I hope you got out something from the class. But as I mentioned, I can send you the book if you want, the whole book in PDF. That can be helpful for you if you read a bit. Okay, but write me into my personal WhatsApp, say hello or something, and I'm gonna send you the book. Okay. So nice to meet you guys. I hope we're gonna see each other maybe, I don't know, in the next level or something with a different topic. Um, nice to meet you and good night.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye bye, bye Rodrigo, bye Joanna, bye Sergio. Nice to meet you
Bye,
and bye
bye,
bye.
teacher. Good evening.
Nice to meet you, teacher. Bye.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye Joanna.